So finally, something we could talk about that has nothing to do with Putin's, mass wholesale murder and slaughter of thousands upon thousands of innocent Ukrainian civilians. That massive genocide that's happening in Russia. Jeffrey Dahmer's going around killing the shit out of a whole, thousands upon thousands of people in the Ukraine. Oh, you don't want to talk about that? Okay, well, let's talk about Will Smith slapping Chris Rock.
Thank you, Will Smith. Shout out to all the husbands who defend their wives, living with alopecia in the face of daily ignorance and insults. Hashtag Oscars, women with baldies are for real, men only. Boys need not apply. The second one, Jamal Bowman, let's put this up there on the screen, said, quote, teachable moment, don't joke about a black woman's hair. Okay, I have a lot of thoughts on this, Krystal. I personally am completely on the side of Chris Rock. These narcissistic celebrities literally live their lives for commentary by the elite. Will Smith and his wife literally do entire podcasts about cheating on each other and adultery. Yeah, they can do whatever they want.
Couple. I'm not going to judge their marriage.
I don't care. What I'm saying is you live your life for the spectacle and want commentary. And when Chris Rock, a fellow black man, makes fun of your wife for entertainment, and it was also a G.I. Jane joke, losing your composure like that in the Oscars is very embarrassing for you personally. And also it's an outrageous kind of breach.
So, Saagar is overall correct. He's on the right side. Chris Rock got assaulted. He got assaulted right there in the middle of, of everybody. And, just not in front of, everybody in the room or whatever, but everybody in the entire world saw it. And so, motherfucking shit. I feel like people are talking about this is going to end Will Smith's career. This is going to end Will Smith's career. It very much could. It could end Will Smith's career. It could end Chris Rock's career, too. I mean, it's almost as if, you remember when Donald Trump was shitting on Ted Cruz's, wife, and then he just kind of took it? So does that make Ted Cruz look good, or does it make him look bad? It makes him look bad, right? It makes him look like a goddamn chump. So imagine if, Donald would have slapped Ted Cruz across the mouth. Also, 70% of Americans believe in corporal punishment against children. Here in Colorado, you got mass murderers that kill. They go to jail, right? They'll go to jail, but they don't, they'll say that they're crazy and they don't, they'll stay in jail so they lose their freedom. But you know what never happens? No corporal punishment. No corporal punishment. So interesting, no corporal punishment, no matter what an adult does. No matter what an adult does, there's no corporal punishment. That one guy got caned when he went to Singapore. I think there's some, eye for an eye. If somebody hits you, you got a right to hit them back. And so that's ultimately where this needs to go. Chris Rock needs to hit Will Smith back. And I don't know if they could be, friendly about it. I almost thought that Will Smith was going up there to give him like a nice little, a headlock, like a playful little headlock, give him a little noogie. It had been playful, but it also would have been like, don't, talk about my wife. So he would have got both. He would have still got that playful, vibe. And I'm not for sure, did she used to date Tupac? Because I heard something about Will Smith saying that Tupac shit's been in his head. And frankly, if Will Smith has got to go a direction, I'd rather him go Tupac than OJ. Now, go Tupac. Sometimes being well-adjusted to an insane, sick society is not, that's never a good thing, right? That's always terrible. So, yeah, Saagar is wrong when it says it was just a G.I. Jane joke. It wasn't just a G.I. Jane joke. It was saying, hey, look, she's got alopecia. She lost all of her damn hair. Look at her. She looks stupid. It was, you look stupid because you lost your hair because, your medical condition. Alopecia is terrible. It's not reversible. And, I think that there's, men go bald. There's balding men, go balding. Larry David is balding. Lots of bald men. But apparently it happens to women too. And so it's, I think the added part to this is, Jordan Peterson, he's got a lot of great quotes. Beauty shames the ugly. Strength shames the weak. Death shames the living. And the ideal shames us all. Beauty shames the ugly. Strength shames the weak. Death shames the living. Or no, the living shames to death. Wait, you did that one backwards. And the ideal shames us all. So, he's got a lot of good quotes. But Jordan Peterson had also said he's just a scientific person. He's, what do you call that? Sigmund Freud, one of them psychotherapist. He's a psychotherapist, and so he is fantastic. Basically, his common sense is just a breath of fresh air. The guy's just talking off the top of his head, but because nobody else is really, who the hell are we supposed to listen to? Here's a philosopher king. He's saying shit in a logical manner. He's putting one word after the next in a logical fashion. This man must be our next president. This is the next lion. This is the alpha who's going to take over. Jordan Peterson had just said that looks are very important to women. For some reason, biology, looks are very important to women. So, yeah, she could win you over through her personality. She could win you over jokes. She could win you over, a whole bunch of different ways. Information, knowledge, prestige, whatever. Just good art. But looks are very important to women. And so this wasn't just you're balding. Hey, look at you. You're balding. But it's kind of like, you're balding, you woman. And this is Jaden Pinkett Smith. Everybody wants to say, Yas, queen. Yas, you rock that bald head. You rock that bald head. You look so good. That's not Carla Purdy. She's not who she used to be. She's not as gorgeous and beautiful. Yeah, she holds her own. She's got the same face. But when she had nice, flowing, beautiful hair, I mean, that was wonderful. Carla Purdy, she was so damn pretty, she was going to get that one guy out of the ghetto in the menace to society. Sarah Silverman, there's a joke at some roast that said she was barren. And, she can make fun of the men saying they're fat and impotent and sterile and stupid. And basically everything was on the table when it comes to insulting a man. But when they made fun of Sarah Silverman, being barren or getting old and not having children, that one hit her, close to home. That one stung. She didn't like it. So yeah, George Carlin said the whole point is to find the line and then to deliberately cross it. So, Chris Rock was just doing his job. He insulted him. Is it the proper, I think he could have just stayed in his chair and yelled at him. It was overkill. Is it fighting words? It possibly could be fighting words. And the one good thing I'll say about, Will Smith, I'll give him a pass, but the one good thing about Will Smith is that how many fucking times have you had some fucking prick that's just right there in the center pulpit? Nikki Glazer had said in her woman brain, the man in the center is the lion. It looks like the comedian, the person that's got the microphone and everybody comes to watch him and is laughing. He looks like he's the one that's in control. He looks the strongest. So Nikki Glazer had said that. So if the man in the center, the man in the chair, the judge, the teacher, the president, 99% of all the teachers I ever had was dog shit. I made straight A's. I was valedictorian, graduated college. So I know a thing or two about education. So yeah, have a goddamn piece of shit teacher do this, do that. Are you just ordering me around because you want to feel powerful? You're getting paid to feel powerful, but you're not actually educating me. You're not actually being my friend, and you're not giving me any information that's going to make me successful in life. Yeah, fuck you. Who the fuck needs that bullshit? President, judge, you got the Rick and Morty, exchange when it comes to the judge. So that's just how many times have you had some motherfucker that's, basically standing there, sitting in the middle of the room? It's like Hubert Humphrey. How did Hubert Humphrey, he ran for the Democratic nomination in 1968. Robert Kennedy got assassinated. Did Hubert Humphrey have something to do with that? I mean, LBJ, right? Hubert Humphrey, I don't know. Not going to push that too far, but Hubert Humphrey, what a douchebag. What a fucking douchebag. That's the best that the Democrats could offer. It used to make me think that America is a meritocracy. It's not. America is not a meritocracy. We do not elevate the best of the best, the creme de la creme. It's not the best of the best that get elevated. It's the people that know how to elbow their fucking way and then, do the damn show, play the violin pretty good. But they had to fucking elbow their way into the middle of the goddamn room so that way people could hear them. So it's, I think the best example would be Alec Baldwin and Anthony Adamanowicz. Alec Baldwin, Anthony Adamanowicz are both Donald Trump impersonators. Anthony Adamanowicz actually seemed like, whatever his Adamanowicz, he actually seemed like he practiced and he was good. He's the best. Anthony Adamanowicz is the fucking best. If Saturday Night Live was fucking smart, they would have hired him to play the Trump. And if the rest of, the world of comedy or people and organizations were smart, they would have got themselves an In Living Color starring Anthony Adamanowicz. Like Alec Baldwin's fucking Donald Trump impersonation is the best ever. Basically, just, squinched up his face. It was kind of like, I'm going to make fun of him like a dickhead. Like he's a fucking dickhead. And we needed it. It was a good, but it's, yeah, Anthony Adamanowicz was the best. So that's my example of the America not being a meritocracy. Another example, Tom Cruise. Somebody threw some water on him, and then he laughed about it at first and then asked, why'd you do that? You motherfucker, why'd you do that? I remember a gay man who kissed Will, and he slapped him a bit. Hey, don't do that. Don't do that. More.
So I'm completely on the side of Chris Rock here. I think Will Smith made a fool out of himself last night, but I know that you feel very differently, so I think the audience should take as well.
Violence is never the answer.
That's right.
However, listen, if you're going to joke about a man's wife's medical condition, and the joke is not even funny.
It wasn't that funny. I agree that was the worst part of the joke.
You have to expect there are going to be some repercussions.
Okay.
And I think people are going over that. They're like, oh, Will Smith assaulted Chris Rock.
Yes.
He slapped Chris Rock.
I agree.
Chris Rock
Everybody
is
calm down.
perfectly fine. So do I think that this is a proportionate response to making a bad joke about your wife's medical condition? Yes, I do.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right.
Because she has alopecia. This isn't like a hairstyle choice.
Well, it's unclear whether he understood that.
Whatever. I would honestly, that's on him to not know that, right? I would feel differently about it if this was just like a hairstyle choice. By the way, Jada Smith is beautiful, and she can obviously pull it off very well. She looks great, as does Ayanna Presley. But, when you're messing around with people's medical conditions, that's not cool. And he, it wasn't the greatest moment for Will Smith, but was a proportionate response. A little slap to the face. Yeah, no big deal.
I think it's possible. I frankly, what I abhor is the racial angle to all of this. I frankly am glad that you just put it that way. It's like you talk about a man's life. Okay, fine. Then we can get into
That's the part you abhor. Say, I abhor the racial part of this. I think the racial part is actually quite interesting. You had Breonna Joy Gray that said this never would have happened in Obama's America, and it's like, maybe not. I don't know. Would it? What do you mean? I don't understand the point of what she was trying to say, but that makes me think it's like a head scratcher because there's a white president, two black entertainers had hit each other. Does that have something to do with we had a black president and now we don't have a black president? I was listening to some commentator and they were saying, look, white America is not going to care either way because look, basically it's just one black man hitting another black man. And I disagree. The way I feel about both of these guys is I feel like shit. I've heard a little bit about Will kind of being a dick behind the scenes. And like I said, to be U.S. is not a meritocracy. You got to kind of elbow your way, get yourself in center stage. And then you got to, do your dance, your little song and dance and hope that is good enough, right? So, yeah, Will Smith and Chris Rock, they're both nice guys. They're both really fucking super nice guys because I feel if it was, turned around the opposite way, it's weird that Krystal's going to basically, justify an assault. Oh, calm down. It wasn't assault. It was a slap. Motherfucker, that's an assault. That you can't put your hands on somebody else. Some people say it's going to look bad for Will Smith's career, but what about Chris Rock's career? What about Chris Rock's career? It made him look small. It made him look stupid, like a dumb chump. How embarrassing. I mean, as a man, he was doing a thing and he got slapped. And, in a way, like Will Smith just slapped him, sat in the chair, was kind of dignified about the thing. And then, I don't know. I feel like the show must go on. It's really between them two. And then if it does go to, court, then it'll go to a jury trial. And do we believe in the fighting words doctrine in America? Do we believe in the fighting words doctrine? Do we believe in free speech? How far do we believe in free speech? To what level? So he put his hands on Chris. Assaulted? That is an assault, Krystal. Hey, Krystal, you know what you just said? I feel like you're like insulting my mother's medical condition. I don't care. I'm going to misinterpret it. You said something, I misinterpreted it. Now I just slapped you. Do you think it's okay? I mean, I feel like this is a good conversation because when sometimes fighting words, there are some fighting words, isn't there? If I'm just like in your face calling you a bitch 15,000 times, motherfucker, you got a right to say, call somebody an asshole here and there. But if you're just going to waste a person's like whole fucking day, like if I'm just mowing my lawn or something, or I'm just like, just all goddamn day, hey, bitch, bitch, bitch. I don't think you have a right to do that to people. So I'm gonna hurry up and finish this and call that person back. So Tom Cruise, I mentioned him, gay man. So yeah, I'm sure Krystal wouldn't like that. And growing up, around child abuse, essentially when Malcolm X says if a man lays his hands on you, you send him to the cemetery. That's essentially correct. That is an assault. Will Smith is in the wrong. He needs to apologize to Chris. Chris, I think is probably just going to let it slide. He seemed fucking cool about it. And what a fucking funny joke. He was like, did Will Smith just slap the shit out of me? Did Will Smith just slap the shit out of me? We were all stunned with you. Chris even leaned into the damn thing. Like, he leaned into it. So maybe they should do some celebrity boxing. Like I said, I want it to be playful. So it'd be nice if, like, maybe Will Smith could just do some, take a pie in the face, take a couple pie in the faces, do a couple dunking contests, let Chris Rock, throw some baseballs at a little target, and then, watch him fall down in the water, take a pie, and throw him in the face. So that's, yeah, that's my, let's see, 2 cents. It's not a G.I. Jane joke, Saagar. He wasn't insulting G.I. Jane, or Demi Moore would have been pissed off. What'd you do? You made fun of G.I. Jane? And how's that like, hey, I wasn't making fun of your wife. I was making fun of Demi Moore. Motherfucker, that's not better, and it wasn't a G.I. Jane joke. You were making fun of Jada Pinkett Smith's hair loss. You're making fun of her hair loss. It's not a G.I. Jane joke. It's a, ha ha, you're bald now. You're a woman. You used to be gorgeous, and now you're fucking bald. Now you're bald. Unfortunately, right, the funny is in the truth, and you got to get to the truth, but then, you got to be able to distinguish between, what was that one guy, the Fast and Furious at the roast? Sometimes people